Hello all, Lauren Riley here again. I wanted to go into more detail in regards to my Ilizarov operation. The year of my Ilizarov operation was June 30th, or the time frame was June 30th, 1989. Basically, my right hip ball was coming out of place, was coming out of its socket, and so the doctors wanted to operate and make that better before the ball became completely fell out of its spot completely. And so that's when everything occurred. Luckily, my Ilizarov only went down to my thigh. It didn't go down my leg completely to where my calf muscles are and to the foot. So I had 4 pins going into my that stuck out. I went into the bone, and I had open wounds for 3 months. I had to clean them every day with saline. After going into the operating room and getting everything put on, I then went to rehab or stayed at the hospital for about a week or 2. Then I went to a rehabilitation center called Mount Washington Rehab, I believe. This was up in Baltimore City, and so I had a few roommates, and it was a whole thing. They fed you every day. You had a certain schedule you had to follow every day. Hydrotherapy was always in the morning. First I got up, ate breakfast, brushed teeth, whatever else. Did hydrotherapy, came back, took a shower, had lunch, played around for a bit, waited for the OT specialist, occupational therapist to show up, then had physical therapy, and then that was pretty much my daily routine for the next month and a half. So from early July to about the middle of August, that's the schedule: hydrotherapy, shower, occupational therapy, and then physical therapy. Hydrotherapy was probably the best part. Being in a pool was kind of cool, and the therapist would bend your leg back and forth, but overall, not too bad. It did hurt like hell, but I made it somehow. Occupational therapy, that's just when when you have a therapist try to get you to complete certain tasks, like going up and down steps, putting on your own clothes, putting on pants due to the Ilizarov, because putting on your clothes is difficult when you have a 15-pound hunk of metal on your leg. And so one of my pinholes or wound spots got infected, and that took about a couple of weeks to clear up. I wouldn't let anybody near that stuff. It was terrible. But yeah, then the Ilizarov was finally taken off my leg around late August. Actually, no, September, because I went down to no, it was late August, because I had that taken off my leg. Then I had to heal up and learn how to use my leg normally without the Ilizarov again after that was taken off. I started the 9th grade in doing homeschooling. That wasn't too fun at all, because I ended up being behind in my classes. I was signed up to do Algebra 1, but instead of doing, I ended up having to go back into pre-algebra, which I still scored a D in. Even so, math was never my subject. Despite doing my multiplication tables well in 3rd grade and doing that, awesome, I never could do, higher level math that great. But I was behind in most of my classes. I had to catch up and do months worth of work in like a few weeks. It was actually quite annoying, but I made it through. At the rehabilitation center, there are some people that were a little bit older than I was, some people that were younger. Yeah, I remember the little, I guess, eatery playroom they had. They had pretty much a Super Nintendo there. And they had people would play Mario World a lot. I brought in my own stuff. I brought in my Nintendo 64. I guess the games that I played on there were, WWF, Warzone. I played a lot of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. Yeah, there was a few other Nintendo 64 games as well I played with Mortal Kombat 4. So, but then again, I was always pretty good at Mortal Kombat, so that stands to reason. 1080 snowboarding. It's too bad that I never kept in touch with anybody from that rehab center. Not that I made great friends with anyone in particular, but still, it would have been cool to keep in touch with at least one person. I listened to a lot of Limp Bizkit, because Limp Bizkit's Significant Other, that second album came out around that time frame. Yes, I was into new metal and into, I guess, rap metal, whatever you want to call it. I was into Korn, Limp Bizkit, Godsmack, Stained, even though Stained's not really rap, but you know what I'm saying. All that alternative metal kind of things that were in that time frame. Some popular punk rock like Lit, My Own Worst Enemy, Ziploc, Collective Soul, or the Collective Soul's, fourth album or third album, technically, whatever they want to call it these days. Because the first quote-unquote album was technically a demo, or EP, as it were, but, nonetheless, but at that time was a crazy time. I played I watched somebody play a lot of Twisted Metal 3, I think. Yeah, a lot of Twisted Metal 3. There was also Siphon Filter. I also played Hot Shots Golf, because I think the place had some other kind of separate room for arts and crafts. They had plays PS1 in there. They had Hot Shots Golf 1, played a lot of that. That wasn't too bad though. That at least got me into the Hot Shots series. Too bad I didn't pick up another entry in the series until Hot Shots Out of Bounds or Hot Shots Golf 5, Everyone's Golf 5. But yeah, some people had, their Ilizarovs go down to their legs completely. Some people had their pins rotated. So, at least I didn't have that, because I'm pretty sure having the pins rotated probably would have hurt like a bitch. And some people had about 6 to 8 pins going through their leg and not just 4. And they also had little computers or little monitors attached to different parts of their leg just to monitor everything, make sure everything was okay. I didn't have any of those monitors. So all in all, I made it out pretty good. I had to get used to going to the bathroom by myself again and not using the urinal. That was always tough. And I couldn't really climb the stairs, with my legs, so a lot of the time I would just push up on the steps and then push backwards to get up one then the other. The only problem is you have to wipe your hands off a lot of the time because of all the dirt that we get on steps because other people's from other people's shoes and feet and whatnot. But that's how life was for a summer. Yeah, summertime. The school part, I never got operations during school, but summertime, that's when I had everything done. Wasted my summers, but then again, I played video games a lot anyway, so I still got to play video games a lot during the summertime. I sat down on the first floor of my house back then, watched a lot of the South Park movie at the time, with Terrence and Phillip being Canadian, and then everyone cursing and having that chip put on their heads. what I played. What I played a lot of GoldenEye as well. Playing all those missions on 00 Agent, trying to get the cheats like the Silver PP7. Never did make it. But, you know, played a lot of Rush 2. Doing the stunts. That was always awesome. But, I mean, it was I guess, a very, very boring life in a way, but it kept me busy trying to heal up from this operation I had. Anything to take the pain away, I guess. But looking back at it now, I mean, I see that, you know, that all the trials and tribulations I went through, like I said, inspired other people. I mean, no one's ever heard of it in Ilizarov before. It's a Russian word. I can't even speak today. Russian word, Ilizarov. I mean, if you just say the word Ilizarov, I bet you no one knows what you're talking about. So, that's always an interesting story. Ilizarov, what's that? Then I can go into my story about what it is. But, you know, no one saw it before. So everyone was all around, no matter where I went to. What's that? What's that? Oh, cool. What did it do? Very, you know, all the little kids always want to know, why am I different than everyone else? What's that on my leg? Why do I walk the way that I do? Some people were rude, some others more polite. But still, during my, you know, I actually had I went to out to eat one time at Tully's. That's right, Tully's, when they were still around in Carroll County. And I remember I had a bowel movement at one point. And getting on that toilet when you have the Ilizarov and you're trying to hurry it up before everything comes out. Ooh, slow times. Luckily, I still made it. But it was crazy. But then again, Tully's is where I found my love for a lot of, I guess, fried food at the time. Chicken wings, mozzarella sticks, French fries. Yeah, what a great diet. And then when Tully's shut down, then the Time Out Sports Bar opened, and I had the free pretzel they would give you. And then I ordered 20 chicken rings, 6 mozzarella sticks, and French fries. Yeah. But that's how it was. What was I was at the age of 13, going on 13 and a half. I was babied a lot, and we did take a trip to an aquarium. I remember peeing myself by accident, because not really peeing myself per se, but peeing on myself because the urinal wasn't situated correctly when I went to the bathroom, and therefore it spilled all out. So that was quite gross, but still. I mean, once you've gone to the aquarium one time, you've kind of already been there 100 times. But every once in a while, it has things that are new. Well, anyway, I just wanted to kind of hit my story, go deeper into my story regarding my Ilizarov operation. I wish you all a great Sunday. Keep pushing forward and stay epic.